From their athleticism and competitiveness, motherhood to the push for social justice and change, the women in the W never cease to amaze, and we've got you covered from courtside to the outside. This is the Hardwood 94. Let's tip off. Welcome to the Hardwood 94. I'm your host, Jackie Rae. One of the biggest stories of this WNBA season was the return of one of the most dominant players in the league, and that's Brittney Griner. Now, before we dive into this one, can we all just take a moment and have a woo-saw moment? Because trust me when I tell you, tomfoolery is afoot. While Griner's return has brought tears of joy and an outpouring of love throughout the league, one comedic troll has moved from trolling online, and Alex Stein has decided that for the sake of clicks and likes, in-person trolling is the way to go. Now, for context, Victor Bout, also known as the Merchant of Death, was detained in 2008 in Thailand. In 2010, he was extradited to the United States, convicted in 2012, and sentenced to 25 years in prison. He was accused of selling millions of dollars in weapons to a Colombia terrorist group and was also suspected of selling weapons to other terrorist groups. From the time he was detained to the time he was released in 2022, he was in prison for 14 years, but he only served 10 years of his actual 25-year sentence. If you've seen the video, then you know Stein is wrong on a couple of points. Victor Bout didn't actually kill people. He was an arms dealer. But aside from Stein being a total and complete clown, he implies that America is suddenly a great place for black people and people of color just because Brittney was detained in a country that is worse, and saying she slept with Putin and other crazy, wild, and vile comments. The entire moment in time was deplorable. But my biggest problem with this situation is the lackluster attempt to remove Stein by top flight security. I would have had a better time removing this guy from the situation, and I wouldn't have done it with a smile on my face. We knew this was going to happen at some point, and during the opening game of the season in Los Angeles at Crypto.com Arena, Commissioner Cathy Engelbert spoke with me and said security around Brittney was a top priority. The WNBA did issue a statement saying the actions of Alex Stein were inappropriate and unfortunate. The safety of Brittney Griner and all WNBA players is our top priority. Prior to the season, the WNBA worked together with the Phoenix Mercury and BG's team to ensure her safety during travel, which included charter flights for WNBA games and assigned security personnel with her at all times. We remain steadfastly committed to the highest standards of security for players. Now, for me, the sincerity of that statement is a hard pill to swallow, because the smile that's on the security guy's face as he takes baby steps to remove this man who could have been planning a more severe, or he could have been a distraction for someone else who wanted to do something more. This doesn't scream that you're taking security seriously. Hell, security on Love and Hip Hop or Basketball Wives is more intense than this soft security guy. But you know what? Salute to you, Top Flight. The Players Union issued a statement as well that closed with, "Every commercial flight forced upon our players is a threat to their health and safety. We implore the league and the teams not to wait another day, change the rule regarding travel." I have to agree, because we live in a time where everyone thinks they're right just because they feel right, and people are acting out violently more and more. I am very grateful that this only resulted in a clown trolling, but someone out there is capable of more. Someone out there saw this as a crack in the armor that they can exploit. So the league really does need to make sure that someone does not have the opportunity to get as close to Brittney as Alex Stein did. Now, in other news, the league also celebrated two legends that gave everything to this game. Sylvia Fowles, I see you, Mama Sil, and of course, Sue Bird. Fowles witnessed her jersey being retired into the rafters in Minnesota, while Bird had a full ceremony and witnessed her jersey being lifted into the rafters in Seattle. Later, she was asked by reporter Landon Buford about ownership opportunities that could include the Seattle Storm or Supersonics. Later, she was asked by reporter Landon Buford about ownership opportunities that could include the Seattle Storm or Supersonics. Take a look.
Question. I know you kind of answered this on the Zoom call last year, but is ownership, have you guys talked about it, potentially you joining the ownership group?
Not right now. Not right now, but ownership is definitely something that I would love to consider and be a part of at some point. I'm already with the NWSL. I'm a investor in Gotham. So yeah, I think it's, we'll see. Hopefully it works out.
The fact that Sue Bird can have a serious conversation about ownership is so beautiful to me. I'm just hoping that someone can talk Sylvia Fowles into coaching. I'm just throwing it out there. But coming up next, all right, so you guys all walk into a club.
Yeah.
Who's the first one to get a shot? Who's the first one to hit the dance floor?
Okay.
And who's the first one to just stand around and watch everybody's purses? Now, trust me when I tell you, you are not going to want to miss her response, so stay tuned.
A Corona and palm trees.
A Corona and calm seas.
And a balm breeze.
And some long knees, strong like a tongue squeeze. You'll say, "Aw, geez," when I make your lawn freeze. Was that good?
No.
Oh.
It was incredible.
Oh.
Lee bad.
Oh.
But this is good.
I shouldn't have rapped.
What's up, guys? Asia Wilson here.
I'm Jackie Young, and you're watching Hardwood 94.
Welcome back to the Hardwood 94. We are your go-to for getting to know all your favorite players around the league. Now, we recently took a trip from our LA studios up the 15 to Sin City to make a visit to the world champion Las Vegas Aces. We already know they work incredibly hard at their game and their focus, but they also seem to work really hard at bonding and loving each other. And it shows because their love is uncanny and fun as hell. And it should be. I mean, they're in Vegas, right? I spoke with Asia Wilson, Kelsey Plum, Candace Parker, Jackie Young, and of course, the coach of the year, Becky Hammon. And trust me, they gave me some tea that I did not know. Jackie Rae here with Coach Becky Hammon. Thank you so much for joining me. When you walked in, I told my producer, I was like, she got so much swag when she walked. You just walk with so much confidence. Does that resonate with all your players? Do they draw off of that from you?
I hope so. I know I draw off of their confidence. We have a really good group of people, obviously very talented basketball players, but you feel their energy when they walk into the room. And so if there's one thing I like to do with my team and my individual players is empower them. I want them to feel like the biggest, baddest girls on the block. So, yeah, I mean, we got to hold our head up high, but for me, the focus is doing the work in between. So we'll take it day by day. But, yeah, this team is full of swag. It's not just me.
From the outside looking in, you know, when we were following you with your journey with the Spurs, obviously as a woman, we're like pulling for you and we're like, yeah, Becky's going to be the first head coach in the NBA. But then you came here and then it felt like that was the biggest win because you definitely earned either side of the ball. But in the future, do you think this is the first stop that women should consider instead of making the NBA like the end all be all? Because what you've done here is just amazing.
Well, I think investment in women, whatever stop it is always worthwhile. So when I looked at this group and looked into being their coach, this was a group of women that I wanted to be a part of them. You know, they kind of already had their thing established. So it was really me coming into their group and buying into me because I knew right before I stepped foot in Vegas, I believed in them and what they could accomplish. So for me personally, you know, leaving the NBA, I know a lot of people are upset with that decision, but it was what was best for me personally. It was the right time. I needed change. I needed to grow in areas that I couldn't grow there. And so obviously Pop gave me his blessing and I was like, all right, I'm out the door then. Yeah, we were happy to see you come. So aside from being a dope coach and really uniting this team, what do you do just to relax in your off time? I want to be around my kids, I'd say. That's when I'm off and not working, that's who I want. They're my favorite people, so that's who I want to be around. How'd you celebrate your Mother's Day? I did nothing. My kids are in Texas still, so it was a lonely Mother's Day. But I got to talk to them on FaceTime. Thank God for FaceTime. I don't know how people did this, working away from their kids before FaceTime. When you hear the word super team, what does that mean to you? Probably that I'm going to watch two super teams. You know, we're really not concerned with all the chatter and this and that. I will say I played in New York. I think it's very important that New York does well within the growth and health of this league. So I'm glad. I mean, I text Sandy, their head coach. I was like, this is about to be fun. And it will be fun. And as, you know, great competitors, you don't want to play. You want to play against other great players. You want to go earn. You know, it shouldn't be easy. It won't be easy for them, for us, or Phoenix or LA or anybody. This is not an easy job. It's not an easy sign up. You got to go to work every day.
What's one thing that you're most proud of when you look at the WNBA overall?
I would just say the product, the skill set of these ladies, how much work they put into not only basketball, but being pro athletes 360 days a year. I'd say this all the time. I was on the men's side 8 years professionally. And the women, I'm like, I've never seen such a maniacal worker as Kelsey Plum, Jackie Young. Like, these girls are pros in every sense of the word. And I could go down the list. Asia, literally, I could go down. I have a whole roster full of them, actually. So I would have to name all of them because that's who they are. That's how they approach their profession. And it's the kind of winners and competitors I get to come in and work with every day.
Final question. How much does the ownership really empower you and give you the tools to really go out and be your best?
Well, buy-in factor starts from the top and it trickles down. And when you have leadership that believes in you like that, don't think it can't be contagious. It is definitely contagious, and that's the kind of empowerment belief system we want to instill not only in our players, but in our whole organization.
You got married in the off season, right? So you prepared for your wedding in the regular season? How was that?
No, I I got engaged after the season was over.
Okay.
We kept that pretty under wraps.
You did.
And then I had shoulder surgery. So when I was on the couch for a couple weeks, I planned a wedding.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's the biggest difference between dating life and married life?
Oh man, I feel like I'm still dating him. So
that's good.
I feel like, a day at a time, but we just really have a great time with each other. We enjoy each other, and anytime I get to see him, I'm excited.
And you're with Under Armour right now. So how did that come about? What was the phone calls, and are you excited?
Oh man, Under Armour, I'm just grateful to be a part of their lineup, and I think they're kind of pushing boundaries on what they got going, not just in basketball but in women's sports, and that kind of drove me. We were aligned on that, and we got a lot of exciting things coming up in the future. So I'm proud to be an Under Armour athlete.
Yeah, you've been really vocal about equity, especially financial equity. Are you proud to see, or I don't know if proud is the right word, but are you at least seeing that things are moving in the right direction for the W as far as financial equity for the players?
Yeah, we're getting there. I do feel like, there's going to be a lot of massive gains in the next, 5 to 10 years. So I'm excited about that. I'm really even proud of watching, college basketball this offseason, just seeing the NIL and the women just kind of pave the way. And it's really cool. It's really cool to see, these 19-year-old, 20-year-old business women just out here making money, making bread. So for me, that's exciting, and that grows the game. So yeah, a lot to come from that.
So one more question. So last season, you guys were the hunted, and now, you were the hunters. Now you're the hunted because everybody's coming at for you because you're the super team. That's the word that keeps flying around. How does that feel when you hear that?
I'm gonna challenge that. For me, I don't run like someone's chasing me. I run like I'm chasing somebody. So I don't really play into that. I understand where that comes from, but at the same time, like, I'm out here to get better. I'm out here to grow. I know my teammates are too, and that expectation is things that people put on yourself. So, for me, I take it a day at a time, a game at a time, and you could call super whatever, this and that, but to me, I'm just out here hooping.
Everybody, it's Jackie Rae with Nightcast Media. You should remember this smile on my face because I had it last time Candace was in LA. I just get a little giddy every time I get to stand next to you. I was a little upset when you left LA, but it made sense because you went home. But now you're here. Chelsea's here. Becky seems to make everybody feel like family. Does this feel like a home away from home?
No, for sure. I'm big on the connections and relationship element, and I think just being able to be reunited with Chelsea and Bay. Also, Nikki Fargas was my assistant coach at University of Tennessee. My wife actually played on the national team in Russia with Becky, so it's just connections all around.
We were just talking about your daughter. I actually remember when you were pregnant, and now I'm looking at her, I'm like, this looks like a grown woman on the sideline.
Wild.
How is it to have her follow you on this journey?
It is unbelievable. I think I have to smile just to see her, and like through the seasons, her continue to grow up, and she's grown into an amazing young lady, and I could not be more proud of like who she is, and I think that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, this is your third team. This organization really believes in the players. They're really invested in the players in a way that, as a reporter, is unique. How does that feel? How does that resonate with you?
I think after 16 seasons, to be able to see the growth of women's basketball and then to be able to be here and to see, you know, how far we've come. Just a practice facility. At the exhibition game, it was just season ticket holders, and it was pretty full. So to see the excitement around the city, there's a number of times where I go out and I see people wearing Vegas Aces stuff. It gets me really excited for the season.
I have to admit, I kind of did my hair based on the commercial you had with Steph, and now you got a whole nother hairstyle.
I like it. I like it a lot. I see the baby hairs.
Yeah,
too.
I was trying. But now you got these locks; they looking good. You got a hair person that follows you around.
Listen, I'm you know, I like to change it up a little bit.
You do. You look so amazing all the
so
time. So there was word on the street though that you was thinking about coming back to LA. Was that rumor? Was there any truth to that rumor?
Yeah, I definitely think it was a thought. But, you know, I figured that it was, you know, one of those things where I felt like for my family, it was, you know, a good situation here. And so I think that's the choice, you know, that we made, I would say, as a family. But I'm really proud of my years in LA. And, you know, that organization will always hold a special place in my heart.
When it's time to hang up your jersey, where's it going?
Listen, that's not a question for me. At this point, I think I'm just focused on trying to get another ring on the finger.
Yeah. I mean, if you have a place, I can advocate. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Your favorite Jay-Z lyric right now that inspires you when you wake up?
Treat your first like your last.
Ooh.
And your last like your first.
What's up, everybody? Once again, it's Jackie Rae with Nightcast Media here with Asia Wilson. Good to see you. Now, I know that you always have some specific kicks for Media Day. Can you tell us about the kicks you have on today?
Yes, today my kicks are dedicated to my grandmother. Mother's Day was yesterday, and it has a picture of her silhouette and some pearls. But just because I just feel like I needed that grown Black woman independence in me today, this Media Day. So I love my grandma through and through. So I wanted to definitely dedicate this season to her.
Did you know going into it that this is what you're going to do, or did it come to you like last minute?
Oh, it was really actually last minute because it hit me when I was like, oh, Mother's Day is going to be the day before Media Day. I need to do something. And I was like, my grandmother, yes. So I think that was just huge for me just to kind of dedicate to that. And they added some pearls on there for me, and I was very happy with it.
I love it. Now, you are no stranger to greatness, MVP, and all that, but you also are no stranger to letting us know that you wanted Candace Parker on this team. How did that go about? Were you influential in that at all?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much of an influence I was, but I definitely just reached out to Candace and just to let her know that I'm open to her coming and joining us, and we're building something that's so beautiful here. I mean, from top to bottom, from 11th man, first man, it doesn't even matter. We're doing something beautiful here, and we wanted her to be a part of it, and she was bought into it, and now our vibe's just really coming together. Our whole locker room is just very chill. We're very happy to be here, and it's like a sisterhood. We just like each other some days, don't some days, but we love each other at the end of the day, and that's what's the beautiful thing about it.
Okay, I want to ask a fun question about the team, all right? So you guys all walk into a club.
Yeah.
Who's the first one to get a shot? Who's the first one to hit the dance floor?
Okay.
And who's the first one to just stand around and watch everybody's purses?
First one to get a shot, definitely probably Candace or Chelsea. Dance floor, me and Sid. And what was the last one?
Who's going to watch the purses?
Jackie. I don't know, though. Jackie may actually get down with us. Probably KP. We'll leave KP with that job.
That's awesome. What's up, everybody? Jackie Rae here with Nightcast Media, here with world champion Jackie Young. So good to meet you in person. Now, I know you were the #1 pick in 2019, but you guys didn't have those kind of NIL deals that we are seeing now. And Reese is having this. I think she's got $6.7 million in NIL deals. What does it mean to you to see that these young ladies are going to get this money and can potentially carry that into the W? Do you think that's good for the W overall?
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy for the college kids. You know, they work hard for it, and I think that it's a good thing that they're able to make money. And so, yeah, it'll just be exciting, you know, to keep following them.
Now, you guys kept your core, but now everybody's kind of looking at you as the team to beat. How does that feel?
Yeah, I think that comes with winning. You know, you kind of have a target on your back, but at the same time, we just have to stick to playing Aces basketball and doing what we do.
Okay, so here's a fun question. Now, keep in mind, I've already asked Asia this, okay? So if all of you guys go into the club, who's the first one to get the shot, who's the first one to hit the dance floor, and who is going to sit at the table and watch the purses?
I'll sit at the table. She said that.
She said that. Did she tell you she said that?
No, I haven't. No. First person to get a shot. That'll probably be KB.
Okay.
She said that.
She said it would be her or KB. No, she said Candace or KB.
Oh, yeah. And then what was the next one?
First one to hit the dance floor.
Probably her, Asia.
Dang.
Yeah.
You got all of them right?
Yeah.
Okay, can we talk about why you would be the one at the table watching the purses, though?
Because I'm just always chilling, you know?
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well, do you chill in the kitchen ever? Like, do you have a go-to dish that you like to cook?
No. But, I mean, I have a sweet tooth, so some strawberry cake, you know, like me and Abe will make strawberry cake and just like sneak it in each other's locker. But yeah, maybe some chocolate chip cookies, but I don't cook very often.
Okay. When you look at the MW overall, what is one of the growth areas that you've seen that you're most proud of?
Yeah, I think just continuing to grow each year. I mean, now we have the Commissioner's Cup and, you know, changing the way the playoffs are ran, and so just different things like that. And I think the league is going to continue to grow.
Ladies, 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 please make sure you hug that friend who's going to watch your purse, because you know you don't want to hold it when your song comes on. Coming up, we've got the social status of the week and is the W trying to expand too fast? You're watching the Hardwood 94. We'll be right back.
Try it first.
We're back inside the lines of Hardwood 94. I'm Jackie Rae. Now, the socials are always talking, so shout out to the New York Liberty for putting up over 100 points and Breanna Stewart for dropping 32 of those points in a huge win. And your girl is from Denver, so say it with me. Congratulations to the Denver Nuggets on becoming NBA champs for the first time. But damn, does anything get Jokic hyped up? Even a parade?
You said after the Lakers win, you said you were surprised that you didn't feel more. So I'm curious what you are feeling right now, and if you're looking forward to a parade coming up in Denver.
When is parade? When is parade?
Thursday.
No. I need to go home. Hello. Okay.
Congratulations again, but you really have to love the Joker, right? I'm glad this next one is all conjecture right now, but the fact that it's even floating around is problematic to me. In a turn of events that wasn't even on my radar, the PGA Tour will merge with Saudi-backed Live Golf. What does that have to do with the WNBA? Well, Commissioner Kathy Engelberg made an appearance on the Bloomberg Investment Conference and said that the league would consider hosting a game in Saudi Arabia, but that location would not be her first choice in another international event. The W went international when the Minnesota Lynx took on the Chicago Sky in a preseason game in Toronto. Here's the problem with this entire thing. We just talked about Brittney Griner and her safety being an issue. I understand the W said that they're going to work on that, but it was still an issue. That was here in America. Toronto, that's basically across the street, so I'm fine with that. Saudi Arabia, if you can't keep players safe in the United States, you shouldn't be considering Saudi Arabia at any point. And then what does that mean? We're talking about teams all across the W that can't even pack out arenas. You should really focus on doing that here, making the product good so people can come out, pay that money for those tickets, and give these women the audience that they deserve. Saudi Arabia should be way, 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 way down the line. It's growing too fast. Focus on making this better for fans and players. That's it, and that's all. Full stop. But that's all I got to say about that. That's our show. And once again, I'm Jackie Rae. We will see you next time right here on the Hardwood 94.